Bryce Drew's starting five, brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Javon Blackshear Jr., Ray Harrison, Noah Bauman, Ivan Ouedraogo, and Gabe McLaughlin.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on number 20 to 6'6" Bauman. I'll tell you what, this guy was a little nervous in the exhibition game, but he found himself in the second half against Montana State, knocking down three-point shots, driving the ball to the hole. One of two active D1 players with 200 made threes and shooting 42% behind the arc, and he has one pretty stroke.
The assistant coaches Jamal Walker, Ed Schilling, and Casey Shaw. Director of Operations, Peyton Prudhomme. Director of Recruiting is Kylan Butler. Director of Player Personnel, Jake Lindsay. Strength and Conditioning Coach, Jordan Jackson. The Assistant Athletic Trainer is Chris Elliott. Director of Men's Basketball Student Athlete Development is Sean Pryor. And the Graduate Managers, Ethan Cisneros and Matt Haas. Time now for the Sanderson Ford. Three keys to the game for the best play in a new Ford. It's at Sanderson Ford.
Well, no rain, no rainbows. Barry Lopes came back from a 19-point deficit, winning the battle in the paint in the second half, 28-10. And they have to show that fight right from the beginning in this one. And then, kids, keep it simple, stupid. Take care of the ball. They had... the Hawks had 17 steals in their first game, rebound both ends, and defend the paint in the arc. And then, homie, don't play that. Coach Drew showed that he wanted to go find guys that wanted to go to the battle by going to the very end of his bench and find players willing to compete. And it sent a message to every starter and every rotation player that if you don't come willing to fight, I'll find some guys that will.
Crowd on hand here at GC Arena in Phoenix. We hope to see you here throughout the course of this 2022-23 season. The team will be traveling to Reno to take on the Wolfpack, Nevada. Before returning back home on the 18th against Grambling State. Javon Blackshear Jr. leading all scorers with 18 on Monday.
Noonan was good in that ball game in that second half. He started the game, he hit his first couple shots. He thought, okay, player of the year is going to dominate this first half. And then he went cold, hitting just one of his next 8 shots. But the second half, something the coach or whatever teammates, they got together. JBJ became more aggressive, driving the ball to the basket, coming off of pick and roll situations, knocking down shots, and it became infectious to the rest of the ball club.
Larry Spalding, Kelly Pfeffer, and Marcus Hicks, who saw the game officials. We're underway in Phoenix. Blackshear moves right, cuts in. Wide open lane, and quickly 2 points on the board.
Oh, that was just way too easy for Noonan. He just got the ball on the right side of the floor, drove straight to the basket. No help from any of the Hawk players after that roll situation.
It over to Campo. Campo, far side, eyed by Harrison. Heels out. Cuts in front. Up over the top. Shoot. Woodland Hills, California, attempting the three. That's way off the mark. Havoc's going to let him hear about it. Blackshear again weaving his way around. He'll kick it out to Harrison. Plays catch with Gabe McLaughlin. Attempts the three-point shot, rings around and out.
That ball was 2/3 of the way down in the basket and somehow spun back up and out of the basket.
Pressure
by Blackshear Jr., 35 feet from the basket on the ball handler.
Jew from the key, good.
Chew's got a pretty stroke. You see why he knocked in 28 points in his last basketball game. Ability to be able to stop and pop off the dribble.
Blackshear, hesitation, lost the ball. Turnover number 1 for the Lopes. Siamo, he's picked away. McLaughlin gets it up. Harrison swings over to Bauman in the corner. Quick three attempt. Off the rim. Pulled down by Kniss.
this is a team, they'll be able to get any shot they want to on the floor tonight. I like the Lopes being more aggressive, like Blackshear Jr. was in that first one. Drops the ball to the basket.
Harrison almost picked it off. Blackshear all over Chu. Bounce pass quickly inside. Nice passing here by the Hawks. One on the shot clock. Whoop.
I don't think he got it off. Nope. 30-second violation and another turnover. So already you see the Hawks maybe a little riled by this big GCU Havocs crowd as they've turned the basketball over 3 times early going.
Blackshear brings it up. Moves right, near side. McLaughlin back out. Udrago to Bauman. Looked inside. Harrison, Stetter. Driving, McLaughlin. Big right-handed in.
That's what I'm talking about. He'll give you the outside shot. They don't want to deal with the Lopes' height and speed going to the basket.
Blackshear harassing. Daschel wants some help. Motions. Ocampo picks it up. Swings it over to Chu. Chu to the right side, cutting in. From the wing. Good.
Yeah, the little miscommunication between Harrison and Blackshear that time, and she was able to get a free look from the left side, right side of the floor.
McLaughlin puts it on the floor, lost the handle, goes out, knocked out by the Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks can score. They averaged 77 points on the season, on the early part of this season. So, you know, the Lopes want to get into a shooting match with the Hawks. It'll be a long night for them, but if they continue to do that pressure defense and keep them out of that painted area, no free looks, this will be a long night for the Hawks.
Bauman, big floater, nothing but net.
Yeah, you can see this kid has settled down. He was nervous in the exhibition game and nervous in the first half of the opener against Montana State. Now he's playing with a lot more confidence. Body language and his energy on the floor is much better.
Bellamy in the game. Near side, Ocampo. Rebound, pulled down by the Hawks.
Yeah, you're not expecting a whole lot of offensive rebound out of the guys in the blue shirts, but good job crashing the glass.
Yamu with the bucket. Blackshear. Dragging, slicing, dicing. Oh, it's picked off. Javon with a couple of miscues here early on.
Maybe a little over penetration.
Campo with a rebound pulled down by McLaughlin. Leaves for Javon. Quickly to Bauman. Bauman. Whoop. Back to Blackshear. Open look for 3. Bam!
Well, I like that. Give the ball up, push it down the floor, and then fall right into your trail 3-point shot.
Bellamy. Looking inside, pushes back out. Chu. Moves right. Inside the arc. Oh, he's fouled by Udrago. 3-point lead by Lopes early on here in Phoenix.
Timeout on the floor.
This GCU telecast is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By Talking Stick Resort. By Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. By Sweet James. Injured in an accident? Sweet James has your back. And by Raising Cane's. One love.
welcome you back to GCU Arena. Just a few minutes into this game, and the Lopes off to the 9-6 lead over San Diego Christian right now. And we've known that this crowd here gets a lot of notoriety throughout the nation. It's been called the biggest party in college basketball. They've been called notoriously rowdy. And after Monday night's season opener, they got high praise from Montana State head coach Danny Sprinkle, who said, "I was telling my guys to enjoy it. This is college basketball at its best. It was awesome. Credit to their students. This place is awesome. If I could play every game on the road here, I would." I'll tell you what, cue that for a commercial about what it's like to play basketball at GCU. We always talk, guys, about how the crowd here has that six-man effect on the Havocs. We've seen that happen. We've seen that energy transfer over to the court. But it's also something to be said for the opponent. Already in November, feeling that madness that usually comes in March. No, no, no. If you have the Havocs in the house, you feel that energy from game one.
It really was, Kate, and it was madness on Monday in the second half. I believe the Havocs played a large part in that 19-point, erasing that 19-point deficit, and the Lopes coming back and getting that victory.
Post-game comments from head coach Danny Sprinkle after a tough loss for his squad. But he appreciates the atmosphere and what college basketball should be all about.
Oh, I thought that was a nice move by AO, but they got him with an extra step in the travel. But good to see that young man chewing glass early in his basketball game.
Early on, Blackshear with 5 points, 2 of 2 from the field. Shu for the Hawks, 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field. Two leaders right now early on here in Phoenix. Ocampo doesn't drop for him. Bauman tried to get a hand on it, pushed out.
Like I said, it's going to be off Bauman. I thought it was off Bellamy. I thought he was the one that poked it out of Bauman's hands, but got to secure that basketball, giving these Hawks an extra opportunity on the offensive end here.
Stuart Jenkins in for San Diego Christian. Turnaround there for Siamu. Not happening.
Gabe McLaughlin working the glass. He always does a good job. I feel good when he gets his hands on the ball on the offensive end. 5 rebounds on Monday night.
Chance McMillan in the game. He's at the key. Cuts back out. Blackshear. Back to Chance. Puts it on the floor. Back beyond the arc. Bounce pass. Blackshear. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Gabe. Gabe's going to attempt 3. Heavy on it. Rebound pulled down by the Hawks. Quickly Ocampo. 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. Bellamy back to Ocampo for 3. That's heavy. Whoa. Going up and getting after it with Stuart Jenkins. Back to Ocampo. Temecula, California native. Down low, back to Ocampo. He cuts in, finds a little seam. Left hand doesn't go, and a nice move. Bauman, he looks for 3. Goodness.
Yeah, they mentioned it, Derrick. Again, like I said earlier in the ball game, you don't want to shoot outside shots against this team. You're up by double digits, yeah. But until then, punish them down low. Lopes 3 of 3 when they take the ball to the basket, just 1 of 6 from behind the arc.
With Drago, finds McLaughlin. Put it home.
Yeah, case in point. They didn't get any shot they want within 8 feet of the basket. I mean, just keep banging them inside, build that lead. In the second half, if you want to start working on your 3-point strokes, shoot them in the second half. 8-2, takes an point advantage for Lopes.
Whoa.
Miscommunication there. I think one player thought he was setting a high pick, and then he was trying to hit him with the ball. But look at this one more time. Nice little interior passing there by Drago to McLaughlin, and he just fights it in off the glass above the defenders.
McLaughlin, Blackshear, Bauman out. Gahan, Baker. Landers in. Harrison as well. McMillan. Baker. Baker looks right, finds Harrison.
Baker's one of those guys going to look to slash to the basket.
Ooh.
I think that was the Harrison right there, going hard to the hole. And sometimes when you're just aggressive and start banging into bodies, the referees will give you the benefit of the whistle, and Harrison's going to go to the line. Excellent free throw shooter.
Ray Harrison to shoot 2.
Harrison goes to the line. See his numbers from Monday night.
He was in a real good battle from Montana State. And those guys were going after one another. And 3 of 9 shooting wasn't excellent, but the defense he did in the second half and slowing battle down was a big part of why the Lobes had success.
Two for 2 for Ray Harrison. Under 13 to go, opening half. Chew. Shut down there by Baker. This is back out Blackman. Ryan Blackman in the game for the Hawks. Back over to Chew. Baker's on him, trying to get a little room there. Chew up and under.
How about that one by Chew? Looked like he was stoned. Lopez had played great defense on it, made him pick up his dribble. He had to shoot kind of a two-hand push falling away. He gets nothing. He knocks it in clean. Sometimes scorers just know how to score. He got 8 in this game already.
Indeed. Front rim to Gahan. He's fouled underneath.
Yeah, just too big, too strong. Gahan moves like half of the weight room when he walks in. There's nobody in one of those blue shorts that can keep him from getting on that offensive glass. It's going to be baseline out of bounds. I wonder if they'll run that same play they ran where Blackshear Jr. hit the 3 with under 30 seconds to play yesterday.
Baker. By Kniss. Too heavy. Big rebound, though. Picked up by McMillan.
Quickest chance McMillan for the basketball. Covered 20 feet to go get that offensive rebound.
Gahan down low. Big right hand. Doesn't go. Lander tried to put it.
It looked like that ball squirted out of Gahan's hands as he went into his shooting motion with the little hook, and he had to like double tap it. Pushed it too far off the back rim.
Ocampo moves left, looking to drive. Dishes back out, and Walt Ellis gathers it in at the player bench. Timeout on the floor, 3-point lead early on.
Saturday night against Grambling State. Tip-off time is set for 7 p.m. right here in the beautiful GCU Arena. And coming soon, get your tickets now for the exciting women's basketball matchup of GCU versus ASU. Coming to the GCU Arena on November 30th. Visit GCULopes.com/state48 for more information. Lopes up!
Quite understand that. Burr's got it. It was a little chilly, a little overcast. What's going on?
I liked it. It was nice.
Yeah. Beautiful campus, Grand Canyon University. How about the San Diego Christian Hawks? Established in 1970, they relocated to beautiful Spring Valley, California, July of this year. Sven Nader, head coach from 85 to 95. Won the NCCAA championships in 90, 97, 98, and 2004. San Diego's a nice place.
Oh, San Diego's fantastic. I grew up in Los Angeles area. Parents never took me down to San Diego. It took me moving to Phoenix to really discover how nice San Diego is.
Yeah, San Diegoans, I bet they love all the Arizona people going over there in the summer.
Just invade their town. Yeah. There's a spot down there not too far from the Hotel Del where you can get one of the best lobster rolls in the country. That's so good. Speaking of lobsters, there's a lobster in the crowd down there. We've got a lobster with a GCU jersey on it.
Yeah. Pretty much all of Phoenix invades Coronado. And back underway. 3-point Lopes lead. They're just 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. Not hitting on all cylinders here in the opening half. Baker weaving around, dishes to Landers on a nice pass over to McMillan. He'll cut in. Underneath the Gahan. Oh, he wanted to put it home, but it's stoned by the Hawks. Ocampo brings it up. Dishes back out near side. Long shot attempt there by Stuart Jenkins off the mark. Baker is fouled. And rebound.
I tell you what, nice rebound by Baker going back. But how about that block there? You don't see too many guys go up and challenge the Irish Hulk and come away with a victory. That was a good meet you at the 10th floor moment.
Chu again. Harrison moves left. Looks right for Landers. Transfers to Kansas State. Baker from UNLV. McMillan. Step back three.
Just a second three for the low. When he first did that little James Harden side shuffle to the behind the three-point line, I said, oh no, what are we doing? We're having too much success inside, but McMillan, he shows an ability to be able to knock down shots when a team is struggling.
Chu trying to free himself up. The bounce pass takes it in return, and Chu tried to put it home, and looks like he got a hoop and an arm.
Oh my gosh, I like this kid, Chu. He can block the Hulk at one end and goes back in and finishes with a power layup, we'll call it, at the other. As it was dunk wasn't, didn't go down clean, but he handles that contact. Now he's got an opportunity to go get a and one from the free throw line. And Chu got a 10 working on 11 points. 4 or 5 from the field. Good-looking player right there.
Coach Drew working the bench. Got Kobe Knox out there. Isaiah Shaw. Walter Ellis. Kobe with a big block early on, second half on Monday. Isaiah with a big three.
And I like this because those guys, they sparked the team yesterday. They came in, they played hard, and now coach comes back and says, all right, earn some minutes in the first half of this basketball game.
Shaw, McMillan, up high, moves right. Gahan kind of frees him up a little bit. Oh, look at Chance McMillan stopping and popping.
Chance McMillan has added that, Barry, that ability to shoot the mid-range jump shot. A lot of coaches say that's not a good shot. I say if you can make 60 to 65% of it, it's certainly a good shot. Down defense out of Shaw.
Chris Paul has those mid-range jumpers.
He certainly does. Deuce is a deuce.
Cheap. Wow, a little help from the glass. No glass, no squeegee, Mr. Chu.
I'll tell you what, look at that by Walter Ellis running that loose ball down.
Kobe for three. Whoa! Timeout.
The hungry guys off the bench with the D in the bucket. Shaw loves it. Knox loves it. The bench love it. This is a close-knit basketball squad. %60 in that second half.
There's your lobster.
Oh, it was a lobster shot?
Yep.
Gotta love lobster.
Oh, yeah.
You ever go to that restaurant down there near Old Town off of Camelback, that Ocean seafood joint? They have some good lobster rolls as well.
Yeah.
I was about to give the name out there. Maybe I can't do that.
Back underway. Blackman doesn't drop. Ellis leaves for McMillan.
How about Ellis, though? I mean, again, coming in, being an extra rebound.
Looky. Didn't go for McMillan. Approaching the 9-minute mark. Blackman trying to move on McMillan. Peel out and move it to the near side. Looks like we got Ellis. First on Walter Ellis. Pops LaFonso was here on Monday night. Ocampo. Oh, did they just foul him on the three?
Oh, that's the cardinal sin right there. Never foul an outside shooter. Certainly not a three-point shooter. The coach doesn't like that one. He said, hey, I put you in there to foul a three-point shooter. You're the son of a coach. You got to know better than that. A little bit of leg kick there might be what they get get to Xzavierro for.
Love it. Dad and uncle both reach for the bottle of water for the unpleasant swig.
Xzavierro be glad he doesn't have to ride home with Dad like he probably had to on some of those rec games.
Oh,
I couldn't think I'm going back to the dorm.
Yeah. Always wondered about that.
Sure, he was real proud of his son, the way he came in there. Big moment. I asked him before the ball game. I said, I didn't say your uncle, but I said, Coach let you know you were going to go in there in that second half? He said, he sure did. He said, are you going to be ready? And I said, I absolutely will be ready. And the kid was. He knocked down a big three-point shot. I was happy for him.
Ellis inside to Gahan. Working. Right hand.
Had him on the wrist.
Yeah, he did.
Nice job by Gahan. Big hop into a left shoulder turn and right hand jump up.
Why don't they just pound the high-low game? Why don't they just pound it down low?
You've been hearing me say it, Barry. I got to go down there with a note and say pound it down low. Yeah, but I mean, the guys are making an occasional shot, but they're having much greater success when they take it down in that painted area. I get it. They're going to win this basketball game, right? So, but win it the right way. You respect the game, go down low, punch them in the mouth down low, rebound the basketball, get out in transition, get some layups and easy buckets in transition. And then in the second half, when you got a 10, 12, 15-point lead, then you maybe start looking for your outside game some.
Picked up by the Hawks. Oh, mercy. Gahan out. Ouedraogo back in.
Yeah,
Lofton checked in as well.
Sorry, Barry. You see some plays that are early season basketball plays on both sides. You know, I think sometimes the Hawks are thinking for their teammates, and I think GCU sometimes tries to be a little unselfish and making the extra pass and turns it over.
Big bucket there by Javon Blackshear Jr.
Luna, I'll tell you what, that's one thing that he's always been able to do since his freshman year when he was freshman player of the year, that little mid-range game. He's always had that. Got 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting.
Stuart Jenkins back over to Ocampo, looking right. Chu comes out, leaves the pass. No one's on him. Chu hustling his way. Javon got a hand in there. And again, lucky souvenir. To the front row there. Get some back. Poor girl there. It looks like she's a little frightened. A little shocked there. Didn't know she'd be called into action here. Receiving the passes from the Hawks down low. The bench 9-0 margin for GCU here early on, but still kind of sputtering. We're not hitting on all cylinders here yet.
No, but it's early in the basketball season, so you can't expect it to be mid-season form just yet. I think the momentum that they had from the first game, they were so excited to come out here Maybe they didn't have the right mindset, a little too giddy off that last game, but as you mentioned, the guys coming off the bench doing a nice job.
Yeah, and he is able to kind of rotate a number of players here early on in this opening half.
And it's good to have a game schedule like this because it does make a lot of good chemistry for some of these guys that once the rotation gets a little bit shorter, they got their minutes and they feel like they're part of something.
Javon Blackshear Jr. and also Gabe McLaughlin had great games in the second half on Monday night. They're looking pretty sharp here early on.
Yeah, that one was the first play of the game. It was just too easy. You figure, okay, we're going to get a lot of those, and then they kind of went away from it, start going to the jump shot. Blackshear Jr. is able to knock down a couple three-point shots. And here's the guy that I really like in the GCU uniform. He just plays so hard, so aggressive. Wears a little hard hat, lunch pail, does all the little dirty work, gets on the offensive glass, plays generally one of the strongest interior scores on the other team. 4 points and 4 rebounds already for Big Mac.
Yeah, those two players excelled in that second half. Javon and Gabe McLaughlin. What a second half it was against Montana State. You look at the numbers, 41-18, 59% shooting to 22. It was complete flip the switch from the opening half with a Lope shot 25%. Rebounding margin a +10 and a +18 points in the paint. That was also a flip of the script there from the opening half.
That's the one that I kind of point to, Barry, that said that was the biggest thing because it set a tone for how they were going to be more aggressive. They were getting outscored 20-0 in the first half points in the paint, and then they came back and turned around the margin in which you just delivered. It set a new mindset for the team. They ended up getting 21 more points than they had in that first half and did a great job shutting down the attack from Montana State.
Lopes 4 of their last 5 from the field. Looking to add to it here.
This should be lunch.
Trying to work on shoe, but he lost the handle. It's going to be Hawks ball. Goodness gracious. On 4 turnovers.
I'm not quite sure what that expression was on Coach Drew's face there.
Wasn't pleasant, was
no,
it?
I don't think he's too happy, but he's not overly disgusted either.
From beyond the arc and good for Jonah Felix.
Wow, Felix and Chu got good-looking shots. See why this team has won the NCAA tournament a few times now. They recruit some players.
Felix from Cypress, California.
Foul called on the Hawks, number 2, Semaine Stewart Jenkins, first personal.
Stuart Jenkins picks up his first. Look at the 6th-year head coach, Dwayne Cosby.
For the Lopes, number 20, Noah Bauman.
Stuart Jenkins checks out. Bauman inbounds to McMillan. Moves left, got some room. Left hand, that's stopped there by Chu. Boy, Chu got up and went after it. Campbell, his 3 doesn't work. Nice move by McMillan to get it into Ivan Ouedraogo.
Isn't he so athletic? He's just so quick to the basketball. I say it probably 2 or 3 times a game. Look at that pass.
Ivan uses the window.
I'll tell you what, spoon feed the big man down low. McMillan's having himself one heck of a first half play of action here in this game.
Gashel. Almost lost that dribble.
Stackhouse. I think he did the Stackhouse, Barry. Stepped on that sideline out of bounds behind the 3, trying to kickstart himself to the basket. But look at this one more time. McMillan grabs that ball, he rushes it down the other end, and then just a little bit of motion. Drago right on that right block.
8 Lopes have scored so far in this opening half. Blackshear over to Harrison in the game.
Kobe Dobbs, he had a big defensive play in the second half of that game to ignite the team. Then he comes out tonight early in the first half and gets his first career field goal.
Swing doesn't go. Ouedraogo with a rebound. He's going to be fouled.
Well, if I'm Casey Shaw right now, who's the big man coach, I'd be happy with the way my bigs are playing. McLaughlin, Drago, Aiden, they're all down there just getting on that offensive glass and playing big and strong around the bucket.
Drago at the line.
Speaking of strong, he was a little strong with that first free throw there. Just soften up that shot here. The second one to fall.
Good looking group right there.
There you go. Sometimes that first one's just a range finder.
Is that what that was?
That's what I used to tell myself when I was shooting 60% from the line.
Cashel brings it back out. He gathers it in. I'm not sure that was kind of a Pat Mahomes attempt. Blackshirt off the glass is fouled.
That's the one I think JBJ knows I'm going to take some punishment by going to the hole, but I'm going to throw it as high as I can up off the glass and see if I get lucky and if it falls in. But worst case scenario is I'll go to the line and I'll shoot my 2 free throws and get 2 points that way.
4 for 4 from the line.
It's going to be a hard habit for me to break. You know, Paul Coro did that nice feature with Javon Blackshirt Jr. and he mentioned what that I like to call JBJ, and he said, what would he like to be called? And he's decided that his nickname for the rest of the season and the rest of his career at GCU is going to be Nuna.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that came from. Maybe I'll have to do a little more investigative reporting, but I will now start calling him Nuna for the rest of his career here at GCU. Dan wants to be called Nuna. I'm going to call him Nuna.
You know, I think that's a nickname. You know,
well, I'm saying instead of JBJ. I'll call him Blackshirt Jr., but instead of JBJ, I'll use Nuna.
Okay.
Just one more time. We saw that a couple times from Montana State. When you're doing that dribble handoff, after you hand that basketball off, you can't wipe out the defender. That's a moving string.
Oh, Harrison.
Harrison showing some athleticism. I thought he was going to punch that with the right hand, but he went deep into his bag of tricks. Spun it off to the left, off the glass with the left hand.
Campo eyed by Ray.
7-0 run for the Lopes right now.
2. Leaves it for Bellamy. Back over to Ocampo.
Lopes tightened up the defense. Not a freewheeling Hawks offense like we saw in the first 10 minutes of this game.
5 on the shot clock. Loose ball underneath. Bellamy, look what he found with a nice left-hand reverse.
Oh, I tell you what, the Hawks play great defense for over 25 seconds, and then just a loose ball, and they pick it up and get a lay-in. After suffering a 7-0 run, they needed a basket.
Blackshirt Jr. over to Harrison. Drives. No look pass. Drago doesn't go, but a foul's called.
Yeah, he got slapped on that right forearm, but I don't think there's anything there that YO, when he goes and watches this film, that he thinks, I could have gone up with a little bit more power and taken that contact and still finished it. A little slap of the hand makes me think I'm right about that.
Drago back to the line. There. Now that he's had the rangefinder, it's a lot easier.
That's right. He's made his last 2 since that first missed cue.
Yeah.
Let's see if he goes 3 for 3 on this one. I wonder sometimes these Lopes and the Havocs, rather, they get so quiet when the players are at the free throw line that it doesn't throw them off some. Ran back to his average.
Might have to calibrate the rangefinder. Campo up to Bosch. Bellamy. Twisting, turning. Siama. Heavy. Good hustle there by Felix.
Felix is cat quick. For a cartoon cat named Felix, and Felix the
That's the cat, isn't it? Bounce pass too heavy. Out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. 3:53 to go. Lopes up 32-21.
and watch some exciting basketball. We have 5 games to choose from. Visit GCULopes.com/celebrate to claim tickets to these exciting games and celebrate the season with your GCU Lopes.
Kate Longworth, welcome you back with the GCU Raising Cane's athletic calendar. It's a busy Saturday for the Lopes. Women's volleyball in action, and also women's basketball against Grambling, and baseball will head to Arizona State, and then men's basketball hits the road on Saturday with a big matchup at Nevada. But first, all eyes on this match. Coming up at the break, I'll check in with head coach Bryce Drew to get his thoughts on this opening half. Going a little bit better than on Monday. We'll see what he's like so far from his team. Plus, we're going to check in with our Lopes insider, Paul Coro, who goes one-on-one with YO to get the inside scoop on his life and when he started basketball career in France and where it's taken him in the Lopes uniform. That's all coming up in our Lopes halftime show.
We look forward to that coming up. 3:53 and counting on the clock.
Yeah, I want to hear from YO.
Yeah.
You ever been to France, Barry? Paris or anything?
Oh, no, we didn't. We elected not to go there when we went to London.
Yeah, I've been there. The Eiffel Tower or something.
That's what I understand. It's a city of romance.
I'm romantic, buddy. I never told you that.
You don't have to tell me.
Just loses off me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, back to basketball. Nice turnover by the Lopes, dude, picking it up defensively. This is why I want to see if they get some work in their transition game.
Loxer for 3. Put back by McLaughlin.
Too wide, could have been McLaughlin. Bauman was down there as well. I like that one there. McMillan's doing a good job finding his shooters out on the perimeter.
Bosch moves right. Campbell ends up with it. Tight D there by Ray Harrison. Step back. Way short. Bouncing ball. McLaughlin picks up the rebound.
McLaughlin's good on that glass. 6 rebounds for McLaughlin now.
McMillan for 3. Threes aren't hitting.
7 rebounds for McLaughlin.
How about that?
That might be the easiest offensive board and putback he has all season long. Left shoulder turn to a right hand hook. 8 and 7 for McLaughlin.
Bosch. From the key. Doesn't go for Siamu. Millen brings it up. From the paint. Off the window and in.
Yeah, they're starting to go inside now. Nice. Goes 75 feet down the left side of the floor for an easy layup. 14-2 run now. Lopes taking the momentum with him into the locker room.
Yeah, open up a 19-point lead now. Bellamy. Marion picked off by Chance McMillan. Oh! A little slick.
Chad McMillan went down kind of awkwardly, a little slow to get back into the defensive end of the court, but now another rebound. It's at 9 rebounds. Make it 9 rebounds for McLaughlin.
Loxer moves back. Underhanded in off the window.
I don't know if the Hawks have run out of gas or they're just trying to get through these next 90 seconds so they can get a blow, but they're getting beat on both ends of the floor right now. A lot of guys pulling up the shorts.
Charge on Bosch.
That's what I talk about McLaughlin. So he'll get you the offensive board. He'll play the good defense to block shots, and he's not afraid to give up his body and takes a charge on a player driving from the outside. But look at Javon Blackshear. He just goes right by Felix. So you know how fast Felix is. And Blackshear just goes beat, puts on the Jets and goes by him.
1:26 on the clock. Blackshear brings it up. Bauman swings it over to Harrison. Back to Blackshear Jr. He moves right. Knocked out. Lopes retained possession after it was knocked out by Sage Siamu. Inbound by McMillan to Javon. 12 on the shot clock. Back to McLaughlin for three. Good!
That's a big shot right there for McLaughlin. He worked on those three-point shots. He shot 500 threes a day in the course of the summer, and he has a chance to pick and pop and get his feet set behind the arc. I think he will hit a 35 to 40% clip. We saw this one against the Montana State. They just roll him right into that high pick and pop. The defender thinks he's going to roll to the basket. He pops out there from behind the arc 20 feet and knocks it down.
Gabe has set a new career high for rebounds in the first half with 9. And his previous was 8 versus Seattle University in the 2021 WAC tournament.
He's going to get himself a double-double. The guy, no doubt, he's already got the points. Now 11 points and another turnover by Campbell.
Bauman inbound in front of the Habits. He's looking to take that final shot of the half.
Yeah, they cut Harrison off McLaughlin left to right. Then McLaughlin sets a pick for Blackshear with him dribble drive to his left. If they don't hit Harrison off the cut, they're trying to find one of the shooters in the corner.
Blackshear, Harrison, open look for three. Shot. And that's the halftime score.
They stopped the game clock. After the shot clock, they stopped the game clock. There was actually a half a tenth of a second, or half a second left. There's a little clock malfunction there. You can see the clock still shows that there's 3/10 of a second.
That's the end of the first half.
Okay, well, now they blow it. There we go.
Not too much can be accomplished in 0.3 seconds anyway. 19-2 run to end the half. Lopes in control, as many had anticipated coming in against San Diego Christian tonight. Started a little bit slow, but obviously on that 19-2 run, they're finishing the opening half pretty strong.
Yeah, they forced 12 turnovers in that first half.
Let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you guys. Well, Coach, the last game in that season opener was a tale of two halves. But in this game, you guys have come out firing on all cylinders. What's impressed you so far?
The last 5 minutes were much better. We made some shots. We moved the ball. Our ball pressure was not good the first 10 minutes. It got better as the half went on.
You guys are really using your size out there, able to out-rebound the opponent, and Gabe really stepping up, leading on that. What's been the difference maker you've seen from him out there?
This is what you said. You know, Gabe got about 3 straight defensive rebounds, allowed us to get out in transition. Thought Chance played really well. You know, Javon's really been great on both sides of the court today. Really set a great tone for our team.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. The Lopes shooting over 50% so far in this game. Right now, the score at the break, GCU 43 over San Diego Christian 21. We'll be back with the Lopes halftime show right after this quick break. entertaining the crowd here at GCU Arena with a score of 43-21. The Lopes on top here at the break. I'm Kate Longworth, welcoming you back here to the arena with the Lopes halftime show. Well, number 24 for GCU has made a great impact so far. He hails from France. He transferred to GCU last year after a couple seasons at Nebraska. And the big man made a big impact last year, leading in rebounds. That's, of course, been the story so far in tonight's action. And our Lopes insider, Paul Coro, had a chance to catch up with YO, who told him that this year he expects even more from himself. So you're going to want to know how to say his name correctly, because I guarantee you'll be cheering for him a lot.
First off, say your name the right way for Lope Nation.
In French?
Yeah.
Okay, in French it's Yvon without go, but in English it'll be Ivan without go.
Or YO.
OYO. OYO. Why is easy too.
Yeah. So you were born in Bordeaux, France, and
Yes.
you've been involved in the national team programs there.
Yes,
how,
sir.
how great is it to have both worlds, France and America?
Man, it's amazing. First of all, it's two different games. It was a blessing to be able to be part of the national team. I was captain those last 2 years, played with a lot of great players. It was amazing. And here too, like having found a new family at GCU last year, I got amazing teammates, and I like everybody here. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing to know both worlds. Yeah.
So you also spent part of your childhood in Burkina Faso and West Africa. That's actually where you discovered basketball.
Yes, sir.
What was it like growing up there?
Man, it was tough at first. I came there, didn't have much money. It was such a chance going from France to Africa, but I'm definitely grateful that I had that because I know where I'm from. I grew up, and it make me be balanced in knowing both worlds, knowing that in certain parts of the world people don't have as much chance as I have and as I did growing up, and it's definitely pushing me every day to go hard. Yeah.
And then when you went back to France as a youngster, you got a great opportunity to be in the National Sports Academy there. And your mentor was a people Phoenix basketball fans know.
Yes, sir.
Boris Diaw.
Yes, sir.
How was he for you?
Man, well, I came back at 12 years old. Nothing was planned. I went to Boris Diaw camp just for the summer, and there I met Vincent Bassi. That was Boris' first coach, and he just kind of took me under his wing. And just growing up, watching Boris and other French stars was definitely amazing because I seen that people did it before me, so why not me?
And then you developed into this player who's now one of the best offensive rebounders in the nation, top 20 last year. What is it about your knack for that?
I just think it's a natural gift, I say. Like, I never really worked on it, but it just happened, I guess. Just know how to position yourself with the ball.
What has that been like here for you to come out of that tunnel every game and see that atmosphere in GCU Arena?
Man, it's definitely a blessing. Like I'm saying, people don't really know. Like, when you play here, you take that for granted, but it's really not like that everywhere. And even this summer when I played for my national team, I mean, I was happy to play for my national team, but it wasn't that crowd, and you can definitely feel it when you get used to that. So it's amazing. I love the Havocs and everything.
You guys have had good success here, but you hear probably some of these other guys talking about the 2021 WAC championship, going to the NCAA dance and all that.
Yes, sir.
How much are you driven to be part of that this year?
Man, it's definitely a fuel, man. Like, every day waking up, we want to make history here. They did in 2021, and we're just trying to do the same or even best this year.
If you need a taste of home, where do you go in Phoenix?
I did find a bakery, but I forgot the name of it. I like Caminari. It's a pokey place. I like Peter Jungle, Fresh Fusion, and Panera. That's probably the spots I go to the most.
There you go, YO's picks.
Yes, sir.
And I hope you're hungry for more basketball, because not only do we have Pepe entertaining things here at GCU Arena at the break, but it's Barry and Scott's turn to entertain you with first half stats. Right now, the Lopes on top of San Diego Christian, 43-21. We'll be right back.
direct your attention to the video board for your GCU first half highlights. The first half highlights are brought to you by Whataburger, and what a half it was!
Magic happen.
43-21, Lopes with a commanding halftime lead. Sour Patch Kids, you like those Sour Patch Kids?
I'm not a fan.
Huh?
Those came around after I was a kid, so I didn't grow up with those.
Aren't you always a kid at heart, though?
I was a kid watching the Pepe girl out there do that halftime
Pepe
show.
Was strong. Red Panda Pepe.
She did something where she bounced a ball from one pillar to the next and then into a hoop.
That's why you got to come on out. You see
come
Pepe.
Out.
Pepe could be unseating Red Panda, but we shall see. Red Panda will be here again, once again later this season.
She's my favorite.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, how about driving to the basket for GCU? Once they decided to do that, they kind of started to open things up, didn't they?
It's an easy game. You know, sometimes you just got to keep it simple. You got an advantage in speed and size over your opponent. You use that advantage. I love that one by McLaughlin right there. Explosion at the basket. And then again, Bauman going there with the little floater, knocks one down. McMillan did a good job spoon feeding the bigs underneath, but when you're just too quick, you just go ahead and you just put on the Jets and you take it to the hole. 20-6 advantage points in the paint for the Lopes in that first half.
Dignity Health brings us our first half stats. 43-21 is the score, shooting 52% from the field of the Lopes.
Yeah, cold from behind the arc. When they figured it out, their bread was buttered in that paint. That's where they took advantage. But I love that we had 9 different guys score in that game. 11 points off the bench, 7 assists, and a much better job this first half.
McLaughlin a rebound away from his 10th career double-double for GCU. And there
this
we
is
have
what
it.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pepe. Incredible. Look at that.
Get it in there.
Yeah.
She did it again.
Bam. We'll be back.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. We're just moments away from the second half. The Lopes leading the Hawks 43-21 as we check in on our Casino Arizona leading scores of the game. Both the Hawks, Greg Chu, and the Lopes, Javon Blackshirt Jr. and Gabe McLaughlin all chipping in with 11 points. Ches McMillan with 7 points to his name so far. And the Lopes already shooting 50%. We'll see how they can do in the second half. We'll be right back to find out.
Lopes over the Hawks, 43-21 at the half in Phoenix at GCU Arena. A little shop here at GCU Arena. And tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Mesquite Fresh Street Mets. Getting hungry. Lopes went on a 19-2 run to close out the opening half.
Yeah, that's the way you take the momentum to the locker room. And kind of like Coach Drew said there in his halftime interview with Kate, they did it with defense. Rebounding, getting out in transition, running, getting up some open looks before the Hawks had a chance to get their defense. That made the game real easy for them. Havocs enjoyed that half a lot more than they did the first half of Monday night's game. They were not rocking and rolling at halftime like they're dancing in the aisles tonight.
Yeah, the Lopes had shot right around 27% for the San Diego Christian shot in this opening half, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like the Hawks ran out of gas. Chu and Felix were a step slow. The latter part of that half, and the Lopes took advantage of maybe it's conditioning and maybe they're just being outclassed, but Lopes really are going to try to bury him here in the first 10 minutes of this second half.
Ganis with a arching 3 attempt. Blacksher Jr. brings it up, swings it over to McLaughlin. He'll throw up a 3. Front rim, rebound, Naughty Gaham with Drago. Put back off the window.
Yeah, just flexing down there. You know, YO just doing what YO does. And, you know, a heavy dose of offensive rebounds and easy putbacks.
Pushed out. It'll go off the Hawks. Both Bauman and Drago were
there. They both
wanted
to pad their rebound stats there. That neither one of them ended up coming with it. But look at that one right there. You do your work early. You get right in front of that rim. You know that long shot is going to produce a big bounce. And you have a good opportunity to get it if you're already in position.
Quick 3 attempt, front rim, rebound with Drago. Shot attempt on Felix. Blacksher Jr. He'll try for 3. Front rim for him. Bauman got the rebound. Leads for Harrison. He'll cut in. Finds its way over to Drago.
I'm going to give him an assist on that, Barry. I think he went up, came down with it, and slipped it over to YO. You're trying to say that was a missed shot. I'm thinking that was a smart play.
I'm with you.
All right.
Campo over Siamu. Ganis leaves it. For Campo, little step back, good.
Oh, somebody lost a shoe.
Blackshirt
Jr. We saw that in the first game. The guy coming out of a shoe. But look at this one more time. Yeah, well, that's certainly a pass there.
Okay.
Have they given him assist on the official stat sheet yet? He does have one assist, but I wasn't sure if he had one in the first half.
Harrison brings it up. Early on, second half. Going to move baseline. For the charge. Xzavierro Campo.
First team foul in the second half.
See here. Yeah, Harrison did that. I think Battle got it, forced a charge on Harrison when he tried to drive in the game against Montana State. So he's something he's got to be careful of. Body contact underneath. Send San Diego Christian to the free throw line here. Let's say this is a clean block up top, but just too much underneath there from YO.
Yep, Ouedraogo called to the free throw line for Bosch. San Diego native Donovan Bosch.
It looks like his hair's in his eyes. He keeps flipping that hair back. I'm a little jealous of that nice mop he's got on the top of his head.
It's 1 of 2. Ashel putting on some pressure and he's called for the foul.
Foul call on the Hawks, number 22.
Hawks are determined to not go quietly in the night. I think the coach realized that they weren't putting enough pressure defensively on the Lopes in that first half, and the message has been sent to get out there and pressure the ball handlers and start playing a little better defense. Already drawn a charge, and you can see they're in full court pressure.
Oh, look at the move by Gabe McLaughlin, leaving shoe in his wake.
Wow, that was an excellent spin move, and then the explosion at the end to finish that off, the elevation, the power slam. Austin's got 13. He's already got his average. He only played 2 minutes in the first half.
Bosch. McLaughlin shut him down. Campo, hide by Harrison. Trying to find some room for Campo. Left hand. Ouedraogo got a hand on the buzzer.
Shoot thought he had that. Blackshirt Jr. stole away.
Bauman for 3 off the mark. Bosch with the rebound. Out for Felix. Over to Campo. Now to Bosch. Lofton's in his face. Beyond the key and a good bucket there. Sage Siamu.
Yeah, that was a nice shot right there. Really got on balance. Sometimes it's hard to catch that ball if you're back to the basket and then turn around, get back on rhythm and balance and find a clean stroke. But he executed flawlessly and knocked that one down.
Blackshirt Jr. cuts in, underhand off of the glass.
I don't know what they can do to stop Nuna from getting to that bucket because he is just putting his head down and going right by everybody in a pair of blue shorts.
Near side to Campo. Bosch. Chew for 3. Good.
That's the Chew we saw in the first half, man. You got to find that dude. That dude's a natural-born scorer. Make that 14 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's got 3 threes in the game. Sorry, make that 2 threes.
Harrison. Fouled underneath.
Okay. Go back to this one more time. Just sized him up. Just that little look over the left shoulder, knowing all along I'm spinning back off of that pivot foot and going to the bucket off of my right shoulder. And there was nothing the defender could do about it when he put his desire into that play, which he showed that power.
number 22, Cameron Daschel. For the Lopes, number 3, Kobe Knox.
Kobe Knox comes in for Bauman. Daschel back in for the Hawks. Loose ball, Harrison. Chu's momentum knocks him out of bounds.
They were going about 85 miles per hour between Harrison and Chu, trying to run that down. The coach smiled a little bit too. He thought maybe Harrison added a little bit to him falling out of bounds, but see how fast they're running for that ball. He just cannot stop on a dime, and like you said, Barry, his momentum carried him past the out-of-bounds line. Kobe Knox back in here early in the second half. I like that. See how Isaiah Shaw sighted here. He knocked down his first field goal in a GCU uniform in that first half. I'd like to see him get his second one here in the second half.
Blackshear Jr. inside. Foul away from the ball. Timeout on the floor. 52-29. Lopes in control over the Hawks.
Personal, 13 foul. Timeout.
This GCU telecast is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play at a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By Talking Stick Resort. By Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. By Sweet James. Injured in an accident? Sweet James has your back. And by Raising Cane's. One love.
Inside the Jerry Colangelo Museum. In the front of the practice facility here, right near the main entrance at Grand Canyon University.
I went in there. There's like a board of that sign. Hall of Fame in there. I saw Van Arsdale's name on there, Tom Chambers. No one ever asked me to sign it.
Oh, you didn't sign it?
I started to invite myself to sign it. Yeah, but I didn't.
Yeah, security might have. On the floor. Inbound to McLaughlin. Over to Blackshear Jr. Freed up some space. Hits the three. Good.
Blackshear Jr. now with a game-high 16 points on 2 of 4 behind the arc.
Good D there by Javon. Almost freed up the ball. Picked up by Ocampo. By McMillan.
Look how far out these GCU defenders are extending their defense.
Siamu, turnaround, in and out. McLaughlin, there you go. His 10th career double-double at 4 a season ago. Front rim. Yeah, Blackshear Jr.
Yeah, he took out Ocampo trying to run down that loose ball.
Foul called on the Lopes, number 10, Blackshear Jr. First personal, 13 foul. In the ballgame for the Lopes, number 22, Josh Baker.
Yeah, sometimes when you see McMillan and Blackshear, those guys know, like, okay, we're closing in on a 30-point margin. I wonder if we're going to get pulled out of here, so maybe I'm going to go ahead and fire a quick one up, thinking I may not see the court once I come off it for the remainder of the game, so I got to go ahead and keep that average around 18 for Blackshear, and then McMillan trying to pad to his points that he's had tonight. He's sitting on 7. He probably want to try to get himself in double figures before his night is over as well.
Smiles all around here. John Blackshear Jr. and the Lopes. Campo at the line. Laser. Came in 3 for 3. At the free throw line. Very smooth stroke. Josh Ocampo from Temecula.
Wine country. California wine country down there in SoCal. Isn't it up there?
Temecula?
Yeah. Some good wines out there. Good vineyards.
See the little nuggets you learn here by tuning in?
Well,
Baker!
Wow, nice shot by Baker. That's a thing of beauty right there. Just off that left wing from behind the arc. Yeah, you forget I grew up in Southern California. I didn't. I used to ditch school and go to the beach. Huntington Beach, Balboa.
Wineries, apparently.
Go back to this one by Baker. I love this right here. This is a little penetration by McMillan. And when he delivers the ball, he knows where his shooters like it. Saw Knox knock down a 3 in that first half on a pass from McMillan off the break. And that time Baker gets himself one off the bench. And he knocks one down as well.
Inbound, quick 3, in and out. Campo, pulled down by Gahan, leaves for Baker. Baker brings it up. Caught high school grad, turnover, Ocampo. Oh, stopped by Kobe Knox.
Kobe Knox has got some pogo sticks for legs. Saw a big block in the second half yesterday and a huge block there in the second half tonight. What, they got Igagon charging. Maybe swinging those elbows a little violently, which I don't mind to say, but just one more time. I don't even know where Kobe Knox comes from. I think he comes down from the rafters to swat that one away.
First personal, 16 foul. In the ballgame for the Hawks, number 4. Ryan Blackman, 14.
His big brother up in New York taught him that one playing for the Knicks.
15. Robin Knicks in for the Lopes, number 21. Logan
Landers checks in for GCU for McLaughlin. Approaching the 14-minute mark, remaining in the second half. Lockman. Stuart Jenkins. Working on McMillan. Freed himself up, but doesn't hit it. McMillan ends up with it. Up to it, Gahan. He can't gather it in. Knocked out by the Hawks.
Old Los Angeles Raider Lester Hayes that used to have to stick him all over his hands and his forearms all the way up to his shoulder blade. Well, he's dropped a couple tonight, and I'm not gonna label the guy with 2 games to play, but he's definitely gonna have to work on squeezing that ball. He had himself an easy 2-point head. He caught that one cleanly.
Anders back to McMillan. Stuart Jenkins cuts into the paint. Big right hand.
Good. McMillan's just a player. Yeah. I'm not quite sure who he reminds me of in the pros, but he's got a nice rhythm and bounce to his game. Got good court vision, ball handling skills, and a clean shot. 9 points, 3 assists. Closing in on double-figure score.
Felix almost lost it. Kobe Knox.
I think Kobe Knox forced Felix into calling a timeout. He had him trapped in the coffin corner between the half-court line to sideline, and then Knox smothered him chest to chest.
Kobe Knox looking sharp. Let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
D-Day it was on Monday for the WAC with all teams in action. And they fared fairly well. The teams went 5-8 overall on opening night. And of course, there was that comeback we saw from the Lopes right here at GCU Arena when they beat Montana State in dramatic fashion in that second half. But how about Sam Houston? The Bearcats beat Oklahoma on the road, 52-51. Last minute finish, very exciting there. Meanwhile, Seattle U preseason All-WAC first team Tyson scored 35 in their win over UCSD. We've talked year after year how the WAC just continues to get stronger and stronger, a couple new additions. And this conference, they make it fun out there, going out there kind of getting some notoriety from national teams as they play in these non-conference games. And then we, of course, know it gets very exciting in here when those WAC matchups start to line up for GCU in this competitive conference. And it'll be interesting because GCU, in years past, a few years back, they were the team, you know, kind of flying under the radar. Not anymore. In the coaches poll, media polls, the Lopes are, of course, picked to win the conference this year. They are the favorite, so they've got a target on their back, and we'll see how they handle that. And then also looking just here at the WAC teams, you'll see what the competition looks like as we head into late December, early January play, and all leading up to that big tournament in March. And of course, all eyes will continue to be on that, what we call is a rivalry, guys, between GCU and New Mexico State. We've had a lot of fun matchups between those two teams. So we'll see how that goes in New Mexico State's final year here in the conference.
Yep, UT Arlington and Southern Utah, the new additions.
Yeah, Southern Utah's the team I really want to put my eyeballs. 43-16 the last 2 years, an average net of 143.
Sam Houston with a big win over Oklahoma, at Oklahoma. Tarleton gave ASU a little bit of trouble before the Sun Devils won by 3.
You think Coach Hurley was sweating that victory out? A little more rougher than he wanted on his the season opener, I'm sure.
Lopes' hot shooting of the opening half continues. 64% shooting, while the Hawks 27%. $29-point lead. Harrison back to Landers. Jacoby Knox. With Baker. No look over to Landers.
I was out here a couple hours before the game, and Landers and Isaiah Shaw were the only 2 players down here on that end of the floor just working on their offensive game. So good to see Landers find a bucket on that floor that he had spent so much time on prior to the game.
Look at Kobe Knox! Ba-bam!
Are you kidding me? This kid's got some live legs. Gets the steal and rose up for the slam down.
He wants some minutes.
He's definitely impressing that staff, and I love the fact that, you know, you got McMillan and McLaughlin and Bauman, Wyo all up off the bench cheering on their teammates who doesn't see the court all so often. So bucking the first half, his first of the game, he got a nice little taste of that and decides, I want to have some more of that. This is fun.
Chew at the line.
In the ballgame for the Hawks, number 10, Donovan Bosch. For the Lopes, 55.
Jehan checks out. Walter Ellis in.
Yeah, so GCU obviously playing a little smaller now as they go to the end of the bench. Probably the last 3, Gayon and Dragu. And, you know, McLaughlin's done. He registered his double-double. So you have guys like Ellis and Knox and Baker. You got to leave one starter out there to kind of keep things going. And I think with Harrison having, I don't want to say struggled, but been a little off at times in these first 2 games, that's the guy that Coach Drew says, let's leave him out there for his leadership.
Harrison over to Baker in the corner for 3.
I got Landers pushing off underneath there, trying to get on that offensive glass.
Landers did look sharp, though. Nice bucket underneath the basket. Lopes in control. Big time.
Be sure to visit the alumni tents at the tailgate before each game for your chance to be next. And now fans, get up and get loud for the GCU Hype Cam.
Lopes up 64-33. Time for a sweet play of the game. Gabe.
I love this one right here by McLaughlin because he does something that I could never do in a Bear basketball shorts. That quick spin move to the baseline for the jam. Double for McLaughlin. What do you say? 13 points, 10 boards. Yeah, 6 of 10 shooting. Defense, rebounds, offensive rebounds. Took through a charge out there. Hey, you could like superimpose a hard hat on that kid.
10th career double-double for Gabe McLaughlin.
Look at Isaiah Shaw there in that picture too with McLaughlin. He's made the most of his minutes. He's coming back out here to finish this one up. You want to say it's mop-up time, but there's almost 12 minutes to play in this one, Barry. It's 31-point GCU advantage. These hungry guys coming off the bench have keep their foot on the throttle, I'm sure.
Shaw, Baker, Ellis, Landers, and Harrison on the floor for GCU. Greg Chu to the line.
Yeah, Chu got to a fast start, but wasn't able to keep that same sort of momentum. He got real tired in that latter part of that second half, but he's starting to come back on now. He knocked down a couple shots and then gets himself to the line off that foul on the other end.
Too perfect at the line tonight. Baker brings it up. Landers over to Shaw. Near side, back to Baker. Landers comes over. Dishes back out. Three! Good! Isaiah Shaw!
Nice points to the passer. Nice job by Baker flipping that one back from the direction in which he dribbled off away from. And that's where Shaw and Landers and those guys were working on their shots.
Kniss got the bounce. Mannheim, Germany native Robin Kniss. Landers to Shaw. Baker. Step back. 3 attempt. Morty.
Baker says, I give it and I take it. Once with the pass and then pulls up from behind the arc. You give me that much space, I'll shoot it in your eye. Lopes doing a much better job in the second half from behind the arc. Got 4 of 8 shooting from behind the arc in the second half.
Harrison underneath. Landers. Hoop and a harm. Students looking sharp here.
Yeah, this bench guy's coming in here and delivering, and I love this one by Harrison. He's got a layup here, and he says, let me give this one off here to Landers, who hadn't seen the basket very often in the exhibition or Montana State, and get him going. Because he's somebody that will be able to help them when they start playing a little tougher competition that they got coming up.
Pride of Cedarburg, Wisconsin, of which Scott is well familiar with a number of their fine eateries.
Bakeries. Old granddads.
You don't hesitate to mention the bakeries.
Oh, gosh, I used to snow blow my driveway. My
remember
treat
those glory
was
days?
going to get coffee and a couple chocolate long johns from Old Granddad's Bakery afterwards. Freshly baked.
Beats it. Melanie to Ocampo. 29 bench points for GCU, 36 paint points. Step back short. Ellis keeps it inbounds to Baker.
Walter Ellis get a look from behind the arc. He's got a clean shot, 40% shooter over his career.
Gonna swing over the opposite side now. Baker will drive. Take it in off the window.
Wow, just no help side defense. Seems like as the GCU players dribble that basketball from the top of the floor below the foul line, quite often they're able to get to the rack unimpeded.
Foul call on the Lopes number 33, Isaiah Shaw. Second personal, 19 fouls.
Shaw called.
In the ballgame for the Hawks, number 10, Donovan Bosch. Greg Chu to shoot the 1-1.
Chu back to the line. Where he's a perfect 7 of 7. Game high 18 points. Smith. Jinsawu. Harrison. Shaw to Landers. Quick 3 attempt. Front rim. Loose ball.
Wow, that ball certainly went off one of the Hawks players, but I think the officials are really having a little mercy for the Hawks and say, you guys take it. We don't have any video replays in the rest of the basketball game. We remember how many replays we had against Montana State.
Travel.
It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes long because of all of those replays.
Coach Cosby doesn't want any replays.
I think for Coach, he saw some good things out of his team in the first half. They got obviously some holes in the game that they got to work on, but he wants to make sure his guys get through this one healthy. They'll go out there, get a sweat, get a chance to compete in this great college basketball atmosphere. But ultimately, I think being down now 38 points, you want to make sure none of his guys get hurt.
Dashel called and fouling Ellis, who went up for the rebound. Four rebounds. Ellis. 5 minutes plus of action. Harrison back out. Bauman, 3.
That's a tough one. Hey, Bauman was over there. He probably thought I would put some ice bags on my knees. I'm done for the night. Next thing you know, coach throws you back out there on the floor.
Foul number 2.
Yeah, and that's the 10th team foul. GCU is out here hacking in the second half. They're going to send to the shoot to the line for 2 free throws. So he's looking for points 19 and 20. Remember, this guy is averaging 28 a game.
Missed his last attempt.
In the ballgame for the Hawks,
range
number
finder
31, Sage Siakam.
He's a good player. No doubt about it. Felix has got some speed, and we got a couple other guys. Ocampo that gets out there defensively and shoot the ball a little bit as well. And they'll be okay once they get to their conference schedule.
A little press by Dashel.
Yeah, that's another player. I don't want to leave anybody out, but they got a good-looking squad. They're athletic. Obviously, conditioning tonight, the Lopes are able to run so many more players out there. got winded at times, but they got a good-looking squad. Here's one for Isaiah Shaw.
Oh, his first miss of his career from beyond the arc. Chu behind the back. Xzavierro.
He didn't get it cleanly. I don't know if he kind of messed up Chu's assist, but that was a sweet little behind-the-back pass by Chu to Xzavierro, and he was able to throw that hook in. Man, that would have been a charge, but his feet were inside the restricted area. I like the way Isaiah Shaw drives that ball hard to the basket.
Timeout on the floor with the Lopes in control. After they closed out the opening half on a 19-2 run, 7:51 on the clock. They lead it 75-41 in this matchup after a, it was an emotional game against Montana State. Tale of two halves, and they come back and beat the Bobcats. Taking on this NAIA opponent here tonight before traveling out on the road against the Nevada Wolfpack.
Well, they did what they're supposed to do tonight. Hey, it was a little sloppy early on, and I think they realized, okay, let's just go inside, use our speed and our size, and bust it out to a 22-point advantage at the half. Well, that same sort of concept here in the second half can get a lot of guys out there an opportunity to play.
And maybe your new guy, your Kobe Knox. I mean, he's got a little bit of everything going on there.
I like this kid. Who knew? I see him a little bit in practice, and you see some flashes, but until you really get the sense of seeing when the bullets are flying, the lights are bright, you don't really know. And I love that one there in transition. He did his work early, got his feet set, then that big block there to deny an easy 2-point, gets the steal, and look at that. Well, the Statue of Liberty dunk there with the high right hand, throwing it down hard. The hammer.
Well, for every 3-point shot that GCU makes, Copper State Credit Union will be making a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, please go to giving.gcu.edu. 5 points, 2 of 2 from the field, a block and a steal. Look at this. A little trampoline help.
Yeah, little assist there for the trampoline. You ever tried that before, Barry?
No, that would be might not end up well.
I did that one time.
You did one time?
Yeah, it's not as easy on the knee as you might think it is.
Right.
You got to learn. There's a little kind of a lost art to hitting that trampoline just right.
Yeah, right in the middle, right? You
yeah. Well, if you hit it too high, then you don't really spring forward. You kind of have to get it right in the middle so it allows you to, go forward to the basket too. It's not just about height; it's about traveling forward with it. It's not as easy as it looks. I think that wasn't a bad first attempt from the, what do you call that crew? The Havoc Dunk Crew?
Dunk Crew, yeah. I think
Yeah. They'll work on their act a little bit over the holiday break.
Fine-tune it, In between classes, of course. Kobe Knox.
Kobe Knox doesn't need that trampoline, that's for sure. He's already got springs for legs.
He's all over the stat sheet. Hockey would be like a Gordie Howe hat trick, a goal, an assist, and a fight. Hasn't gotten a fight. I wouldn't advise that. Inbound from Baker.
Hey, right on cue. After watching the timeout act, they run the high handoff and an easy slam dunk there for the Irish Holt.
Bosch. Nice feed into Chu. Doesn't go.
Chu got smacked upside the head. No whistle. I think the officials may have put their whistles in their pockets.
Wow, Walter Ellis. Deep three.
Well, with that bucket right there, everybody in a GCU uniform who has dressed tonight has scored in this game. And Walter Ellis, I talked about him being a 40% three-point shooter. He saw that one where Chef Curry shoots from. Go back to that last one. Drew this one up out of the huddle, pun intended. Throws it right where it needs to be. Gahan slams it down. Nobody wanted any part of that 250-pound frame. finds himself at the line again. He's got 20 points, looking for points 21 and 22.
80-41, Chew at the line. Rebound. Turnaround doesn't go. Siamu is there. Gahan finally.
I think Gahan just took it away from Ellis like, hey, that's my job.
No.
Let me grab that ball.
Yeah. Baker moves right. Ellis. Knocked out by Dashel. Ellis sporting the knee highs tonight. High soft look.
Yeah, that is a different look for him. You're right.
Look at
there
that.
He goes again.
Man! Come on!
He got a flamethrower. He's feeling good tonight. You know, he and McLaughlin were the last two Lopes to leave the court in the pregame warm-up, and he hit a shot from half court that ignited the student section, and it seems now he realizes his range might be unlimited this evening.
Driving Kobe Knox!
They're just playing some AAU ball now, these three-point shots and dunks and drives to the hole, and they're just having some good old fun.
Dashel draws on him. Bounce pass into Chew. Chew looking to move on Kobe Knox. Nowhere to go. Back out, deep. Campo hits it. Wow. Loose stroke.
He got a nice stroke. That was one of the guys that highlighted there, along with Felix and Chew. He got 10 points now, 5 boards. So, like I said, their coaching staff has a lot to take away from this game. And they're down by 41, but they still got some good moments from their team they can take away from this.
Does he do it again? Close. Hawks ball.
Go back to this one more time. Casey Shaw over to his buddy Walter Ellis, and he knocks it down. He got a little swagger after that one. Do the Michael Jordan shrug feel like that? I do what I do.
I do what I do. Chew and Ocampo counting for 30 of the 44 points for the Hawks. Dashel to Ocampo, throws up another three. That's going to miss. Gahan went up for the rebound. Whoa, all the way up. Ellis, not there. Look out.
Not sure what got called here. Maybe they got a they had a foul on the layup. We couldn't hear the whistle noise of the Havocs below us, but I think they got Walter Ellis. The reason he missed that because he was fouled on his drive attempt. Dad LaFonso was here on Monday night. I hadn't seen him tonight. I don't know if he stuck around for this game here on Wednesday night, but he'd be proud of the way his son is out there balling tonight. Got 6 boards to go along with 7 points.
Some guys just make it look kind of easy.
Right, he's fifth year senior. He's been in a lot of moments like this, and he get a clean look. He's gonna knock it down. That's another rebound for him.
Caught that one, picked off. Shaw up high. Oh, we were waiting for that Lob City tour. Who was going to be the new Hollinwood Sean Miller Moore combination? Siamu. Good bucket by Sage Siamu from East San Jose, California. Knox leaves for Shaw. Now to Ellis. Back to Kobe. Tied by Chew. Leaves for Landers in the corner. Bosch on him. Back to Ellis. Ellis swarmed by a sea of blue. Landers open look for Shaw. Good.
Isaiah Shaw's got a nice stroke.
Yeah, he does.
You want to tell me why this guy hadn't been playing? He can flat out fill it up.
Kobe Knox picks it up. Just beyond the. Pardon. Excuse me.
I think Landers thought that Shaw was going to be cutting to the basket. Good little ragtag out here.
Little bit.
Lots of turnovers.
Got Coach Drew up out of his chair there. Another three. Too heavy from Shaw. Siamo picked it up. Under 3.5 to go. Lopes 10 points away from a C note. Siamo. A little short.
You know, Siamo had knocked down a couple jump shots. He had himself a free throw line jumper, tried to drive it inside.
90-46 GCU.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. It is a party in the house right now with the Lopes on top 90-46, but basketball GCU also a family affair, not just for families in the community to come out and see the game, but for the Drew family. Right now we're taking a look at Hall of Fame coach Homer Drew. Bryce Drew's dad, Bryce Drew's son, was sitting on his lap. And Homer also talking to his other grandson, Luke Shaw, next to him. Now, Luke Shaw is a junior at Valley Christian. He plays basketball, of course. He's already being recruited. Homer's wife, Janet, sitting next to him. And then another Shaw in the mix. Isaiah Shaw's older sister, Anna's there. She's getting her master's at GCU. I hope you guys have your number 2 pencil out. There's a lot of notes in here. And then, of course, Mom Dana, who is not only Coach Casey Shaw's wife, it is also Coach Bryce Drew's sister. And then missing in action is Caleb Shaw, another son of Casey Shaw. He is a freshman at Northern Colorado. He can't be at the game, guys, because he plays basketball and he is prepping for Monday night's game. Couldn't have scripted better. Who is he playing on Monday? He's playing his uncle. He's playing the Baylor Bears. So the Shaw family in action here tonight watching this game, but then they'll all be making the trip to Texas to watch another grandson play another son on Monday night.
Goodness.
Wow.
The Drews and the Shaws. I couldn't keep track of that. He went on diagrams. Beautiful mind or something at work there.
It's all full
nice job
circle.
handling that.
It's the Baylor Bears.
That.
Signorelli in the game. Saw some minutes in the opening half. Late.
Good defense by Isaiah Shaw knocking that away.
Kobe Knox.
Kobe Knox is just, he is good in transition. Got some good live legs. Runs the floor well. 9 points on 4-4 shooting for that young man.
First time that 12 players have scored since last year, January 13th, versus Abilene Christian.
Offensive foul called on the Hawks, number 50, Robin Jacob. First person, 18 foul.
I thought that was a defensive foul on Kobe Knox, and it was actually an offensive foul. Kobe Knox doing a good job pressuring that ball. He had to take an elbow, but he's a big, strong young man. He'll be all right.
Mentioned that game last year against Abilene Christian. They had 95 points against Abilene Christian. That was last year's season high. They're 3 away from
Oh, they're going to smash that. Yeah, going to smash that tonight.
Second person, 19 foul. Josh Baker to shoot 2.
Baker at the line.
Yeah, Josh Baker's one of these of the 4 D1 transfers that GCU got this past offseason, and he's shown some flashes to be able to slash to the basket, play a little defense, and distribute the basketball. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what his role ultimately for this Lopes basketball team's going to be. Got 10 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. So just does a little bit of everything, Barry.
Valuable player to have. Stuart Jenkins. Baker's on him tight. Moves it over to Blackman. Shaw's on him. Finds the seam. Landers comes over to support. Foul on Landers.
Second personal. Ryan Blackman to shoot three.
Goes back here on their home court on the 18th. Hope to see you here at GCU Arena against Grambling State.
Tigers coming in here. I like that. We played Grambling State a few times while we've been on the broadcast, haven't we?
Yep.
They always come in and play hard. Always got a good athletic crew. HBCUs have to go out on the road so often before they finally get their first home game. So best believe, the Lopes best believe that they're going to come in here hungry. They've been here a few times now. They're used to these habits.
They'll be traveling over to Tempe on the 22nd. Take on Bobby Hurley Sun Devils. Baker, no look. Landers. Oh, no. Kness.
Well, I gotta like that pick and roll out of Landers. Yeah, he got that ball and without putting on the floor, went right up to the basket and say, you have to foul me to stop me from scoring this dunk.
You like that when they don't put it on the floor, just go right to the bucket.
That's it. You work on those drills in practice and you have to execute them in the games, and that was a good thing to see. They do that all the time where they flip you that ball and he said you got one good explosion step and then get to the rim, and that's exactly what Landers did there. So putting that practice time on the floor to work for him. Kobe Knox is something else. He got an offensive rebound at the free throw line and got a point there and smashed the record that the Lopes had last year at 95 points. 97, just too quick to the basketball, using his athleticism.
To 11. Shaw, he'll drive. Kness gets a clean block there. So Jenkins ditches over to Blackman. Ellis calling for the foul.
All called on the Lopes, number 55, Walter Ellis. Second personal.
Good shot of head coach Bryce Drew there. Got to be pleased with the way his team came out to compete tonight. There's still some things to clean up. We mentioned some of the maybe miscommunications offensively. You got adding some new players and new positions, and obviously a new playbook. But all in all, for the second game of the season, this is one that you go, okay, you get an opponent in here that you're supposed to take care of, and you took care of them. So a few days off before the next game, and you can clean up some of those little things in practice that you didn't do right, and a lot of guys that aren't always going to see the floor are going to feel real good about themselves and continue to grind and work on their games and feel like now that they're a part of the overall team success, and the coach will have confidence on them should somebody get in foul trouble or suffer a small injury, that he knows he can go to his bench and pull some guys in that can deliver.
Yeah, Lopes 11 of 33 from beyond the arc.
I like to see Gabe McLaughlin cheering on his buddy Walter Ellis that he spent so much time on the floor with in the pregame warm-up. So now we got 5 Lopes with 10-plus points.
Ellis drives, knocked out by Kness. Ellis thought he was fouled.
Not getting that call when it's 99-50 with under a minute to play.
Do they hit the C note or not?
And the Lopes might want him to. Walter Ellis for three.
Quick. Shaw. For Landers. And they do. 101-50. Knocked out.
I would be surprised if Coach lets him shoot another one. He's going to let him play to they got the 100-point mark, but I think he's going to tell the team to dribble out the remainder of the clock.
And indeed, they will. Baker closes out the game. Lopes win it. 101-50.
Overall, a fantastic effort by the team. Lots of guys got a chance to contribute. Everyone will feel good about themselves when they get a chance to watch this film. Obviously, a few things to tighten up as we talk